Welcome, everyone, to the 2020 Boulder Options Cyber Bash. It's kind of a big deal. I'm Corbu Status, your MC for tonight's event. Of course, we all wish that we could be here in person. But just like Boulder Options has done with activities for our mentor pairs, we're going online. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to make a difference in the lives of youth. As many of you know, Boulder Options is a transformational mentoring program that matches at-promise youth with volunteer mentors for a year-long program. Together, mentor pairs set goals focused on physical health, social, emotional health, and academic achievement. Youth in our community need Boulder Options now more than ever, and we need you to make sure every youth referred is matched with a mentor. Over the next half hour, you are going to hear from Boulder Options President Daryl Thompson and the recipient of the 2020 Alan and Diane Page Mentoring Award. We'll also be sharing the Boulder Options story in different ways and asking for your support during our Fund a Need later in the program. Now, you don't have to wait until then. You can give at any time by clicking the Make a Donation tab in OneCause, the same platform you registered for this event on. Everyone who entered a cell phone number when you registered should have received a text before the event started with a link to the bidding platform. You can also text Boulder Bash 2020 to 243-725 to receive a link to the silent auction and donate page. If you haven't registered yet, you will be prompted to do so. Now, for some housekeeping. We encourage you to have your cell phone or tablet handy right here so you can bid on the items in the silent auction on your device while you're watching the program. Bidding on silent auction items is easy. Just click on the silent auction tab on the top left of your screen in OneCause to peruse the items. Click on the image of the items you're interested in and click bid or watch to get started. Cool thing is that if someone outbids you, you will receive a text message alert so you can bid again. Or you can set a max bid to automatically outbid others up to a specified amount that you set. The silent auction will close about a half hour after the event ends. Now, before we get started, we'd like to give a special thank you to Delta Dental, Federated Insurance, and UBS for their sponsorship support, as well as all of our event sponsors. We just could not do it without you. Now, we're going to kick things off with a few of our friends passing the boulder for Boulder Options. Take a look.
I send greetings from Los Angeles. I support Boulder Options, and you should too. Let's pass it on. I'm gonna throw it to you, and I need you to catch it. Let's go.
I'm Angela Davis, and I'm a supporter of Boulder Options, and I'm passing it on.
I'm a proud supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I support Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a proud supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a proud supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I support Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a proud supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a proud supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a proud supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on. Yee.
I am a supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it along.
I support Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a proud supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I'm a supporter of Boulder Options. Pass it on.
I support Boulder Options. You should too. Pass it on.
Hey, thank you for passing it on.
Seriously, dude?
Hey.
I mean, what have you been doing?
Hey, it's COVID, man. I got more time to work out.
That rocked. That
Thanks.
rocked.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
like all the Boulder Options supporters, right?
Our supporters definitely rock it.
Well, tell us a little bit about Boulder Options, just in a nutshell, the wide overview.
Boulder Options is an activity-based mentoring program. So we work with kids 10 to 14 years old, and we match them with mentors, and that's basically us in a nutshell.
How did Boulder Options get started?
Minneapolis, if you remember, about 27 years ago, had the nickname Murderapolis, so not a good thing. So the Minneapolis JC's Charitable Foundation, the police department, and the county stepped forward and said, we're going to do something, and we started with a small pilot group and grown tremendously from there.
Tell us a little bit about that small pilot group and how it has grown from there.
Well, it was the Minnesota Distance Running Association along with the state of Minnesota. It said, hey, we want to kind of put together a little group here in the Twin Cities, and had that little program, and we started with a curriculum over here at St. Louis Park, and had our group of kids. It was just 6 kids in that first cohort that went through, and I was a volunteer and a speaker, and I was still playing ball back then. It wasn't my full-time gig, and as we've grown over the course of time, it's to where we're at today with a building, a facility, and thousands of kids that have been served over the last 27 years.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about those kids and who the program serves.
Well, it's primarily 10 to 14-year-old kids, but we have kids in our alumni program now. We have kids in we have a scholarship program now with kids learning how to interview and work on all the different skills they need to have to become productive citizens. We're trying to break that cycle of maybe negative activity that might be going on inside that family.
Lots of mentorship programs out there. What makes Boulder Options a little different?
I think the number one thing is our dosage is high. We're getting together more with our kids than the typical mentoring program. So number one, the dosage, and we set goals, one physical goal, one educational goal, one social emotional goal that they'll set on their own. So I think those pieces are the pieces that set us apart. And the fact that we're activity. So we'll run with our youth, we'll bike with our youth. So those are some of the activities that we do with our kids.
You talk about the amount of time that you spend with the youth, but how many youth do you guys serve every year?
About 100 new kids per year, and we have a couple hundred in our alumni program as well. So it's far more than I ever thought it would be. I was kidding with my father-in-law 20 years ago. I said, if we ever get to 100 kids, I'll be done. We're working with 15 or 13 kids a year, and now we're 100, and we speak to probably maybe 3,000 to 5,000 kids over the course of the year, kind of our more one-time, more anecdotal experiences. So we're much, much more impactful than I ever thought we'd be.
Okay, so we know that for COVID-19, you've gotten stronger.
I've been working.
Yeah, you're toting boulders around.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you just call that a Tuesday. That's fine.
That's it. That's all it takes.
How has COVID-19 affected Boulder Options?
Pretty tremendously. I mean, we found out a lot when, COVID first hit and we're sitting in our basements and our garages trying to work, that we moved everything online. Just like, our events online today. And then from there, everyone was engaged. And they were engaged until it got nice out. And then our participation went a little bit low, and we moved to doing things in person, safely, masked, outdoors. And since then, we've remained steady.
So tell us a little bit about the kids that the program serves. Who are those children?
Well, about 70% of our kids are kids of color. So that's a big population. And our kids have had death, divorce, or incarceration happen within the last year. So it's just a lot of trauma that a family goes through, and I think that just it spills out, and you just need help, and a lot of the majority, I think it's over 60% of our families are from single-parent households as well. So it's a family that needs a supportive person to be involved.
What happens after the one-year program when everybody completes the mentee program?
It's funny, I was just looking back at our stats, and actually everyone who graduated from our program last year opted in to our alumni network. It's never been 100% before. It was 100% this year. So we're pretty proud and excited about the mentors that are making a tremendous difference in the lives of the kids. So once you get involved, typically people stay involved.
So I'm Jason Coombs. I've been a part of Boulder Options since 2014. And when I first met Demetrius, he was 12 years old and he was about yay tall or so. And I quickly learned upon meeting Demetrius that he was charismatic, he was rambunctious, and he was one of the most energetic young men that I'd ever met. He'd walk into a room and would just light things up. He was just a people-first person. And also what I quickly learned is that Demetrius was one of 5 siblings, being raised by a single mother in North Minneapolis in one of the tougher scenes. And I also learned that he had absolutely no father figure of any kind in his life. Never had. And after a few months of getting acquainted and getting to know Demetrius and his family, I also came to find out that, with no ill intent at all, that his mother was actually keeping him home from school 1 to 2 days a week, because Demetrius was the oldest of 5. So she leveraged him to help out around the house. And so after a handful of adult conversations with his mother, we got in alignment. We got Demetrius back in school, moving full speed ahead. And within that first year of Boulder Options, Demetrius had a handful of his own firsts. Ran his first 1 mile, ran his first 2 mile, ran his first 5K, running almost the entire thing himself, nonstop. Had his first spin class, his first visit to the YMCA, his first yoga class, which was interesting for the both of us, his first job, his first interview, and he attended his first high school, college, and professional sporting events. And he also took his first cooking class, which might not be a big deal, right? But I want to offer you it is a big deal because of what he learned in that cooking class when he was 12 years old, about how to take care of your body, what to fuel it with and what not to fuel it with. So he knows. And also, this past spring, Demetrius had one of his most significant firsts. And Demetrius was able to graduate high school. And as far as we know, became the first person in his recent family history, and then in all of his lineage, to graduate high school. And I want to offer to you, and I want you to consider, would that ever have happened based on where he started if it wasn't for Boulder Options? I don't think it would have. And so as you sit there tonight, surrounded with friends, family, loved ones, or maybe you're rolling solo like I am, I want to invite you in tonight, for tonight to be a first for you in some way when it comes to Boulder Options. And so with that, I want to thank you for everything you have done to get Boulder Options to this point. Thank you for everything you're going to do tonight. And then thank you for everything you will do moving forward. Thank you, appreciate you, and DT, I love you. Appreciate everything you do. Hopefully we'll see y'all down the road. Take care.
Every year, Boulder Options presents the Alan and Diane Page Mentoring Award to an individual who has made mentoring a central part of their lives. Named after former Minnesota Viking football player and retired Associate Justice of the Minnesota Supreme Court, Alan Page, and his late wife, Diane Sims Page, this award is given in honor of the work they have done in the field of mentoring. This year's Alan and Diane Page Mentoring Award is being awarded to Travis Doctor, who first became involved with Boulder Options 8 years ago as a volunteer mentor. In that time, he has mentored 5 youth. He has served 3 years on the Rochester Advisory Board. In addition, in 2018, when Boulder Options expanded the alumni program, Travis became the first chair of the Alumni Advisory Board. He has been instrumental in growing the alumni program, continuing to support mentees as they navigate high school and higher education. At this time, I'd like to welcome Travis Doctor to the stage. Travis, thank you for everything you do to support the youth in the community and Boulder Options. You have consistently gone above and beyond the call of duty. I am so honored to present you with the Alan and Diane Page Mentoring Award in recognition for the many years of service to the community. Thank you. In a very safe, social distant way, here you go. Thank you.
Forgot to unmute myself. Guess I'm still not used to these virtual events. Hello, everyone. I would first like to thank Boulder Options for nominating me for the Page Award for 2020. It is truly an honor to receive this award. I first became involved with Boulder Options in Rochester 8 years ago as a volunteer mentor. Since then, I have mentored 4 youth in the one-on-one mentoring program and continued the relationship with my mentees in the alumni program. Additionally, I have also mentored one youth as part of the alumni program Informal Mentoring. I've also served as part of the Rochester Advisory Board for the past 3 years and became the first chair of the newly formed Alumni Program Advisory Board 2 years ago, which is made up of alumni mentees, mentors, and family members who support and help plan activities for the alumni program. Being part of Boulder Options in Rochester has been a wonderful experience for my mentees and for me. Over the years, I have seen them achieve numerous goals and major life events, from completing their first ever 5K race, something most of them had never even considered before joining the program, because who likes to run, am I right? Going to see their first baseball game, go Twins, and catching their first fish, to graduating from high school and starting their first full-time job. My mentees also seemed to get along better with their friends and families and were open to trying all kinds of new activities like rock climbing and Zumba. I am especially proud of helping the alumni program grow from an informal program to a structured and successful program, helping mentors and mentees continue their relationship beyond the one-year program. The alumni program gave me and my mentees continued opportunities to stay healthy and active, as well as set new goals like preparing for college and finding a career. One of the highlights of the alumni program was group road trips to different parts of Minnesota, like the Boundary Waters and Fond du Lac, which showed us that 100% pure maple syrup is amazing, and even out to a horse ranch in Montana and hiking around Yellowstone National Park. These opportunities were a wonderful way for my mentees and I to continue to focus on our well-being and goal setting and to go to places we had never been. Boulder Options has definitely made a positive difference in the lives of myself and my mentees, and I am grateful to have had the opportunity to give back not only as a mentor, but as a member of the advisory boards as well. Thank you all for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the Cyber Bash. Corbu, I'll hand things back to you.
Thanks, Travis, and congratulations on receiving the Page Award. And now, seeing you walk around with that net makes a lot more sense. Now I'd like to introduce our friend Valita Moore of Flattabo Advancement. Welcome, Valita, and thank you for being here to help us raise money for Boulder Options one-on-one youth mentoring program.
Thanks, Corbu. I'm delighted to be here. The work Boulder Options does couldn't be more important, especially in this moment. And it is also important to me personally, as I've seen firsthand the role that a positive adult can make in a child's life. Having a middle school son that plays 2 sports, I've seen how adults can mentor through coaching and the impact that relationship has on youth. Please join us in watching this video of Boulder Options in action.
I think any sort of mentorship program is really important. No matter who you are or what you're doing, whether it's like with your career or in other aspects of your life, it's really important to have mentors.
We wouldn't be able to deliver our mission to our youth and our mentors without the support of our funders. In this landscape, this struggling economy that we have and the uncertain future that we have with COVID, fundraising is that much more important to really ensure that we can continue our mission for years to come.
Seguir con nuestro programa, poder hacerlo más grande, poder impactar a otros lugares. And I really want Boulder Options to be everywhere. I mean it, and I think that's something that could be possible with more fundraising.
I encourage anybody who has the time to participate. It's a great organization and very rewarding experience.
Time, commitment, energy, passion, perseverance, patience, and most of all, love.
We're impacting right now the Twin Cities and Rochester, but I feel that the world needs Boulder Options.
Wow, that was a great overview of Boulder Options and why it's so important to support this work. Even before the pandemic, the families that Boulder Options served, they struggled. And now with social distancing and online school, youth are isolated from friends and peers, and they need as much support as we can give them. That's why one of the important things Boulder is great at is identifying youth who need a mentor because they are struggling in some part of their life, whether it's academically, in a family relationship, or making friends. Today, we are here to support this critical, important work. Our goal in this moment is to raise $40,000, and we can do this together. Your support will help us reach our youth who need a mentor. It will help us find the right mentor for the youth, and it will provide the resources to maintain the youth-mentor relationship. So this is important. And we are so thankful that a number of families have already contributed. A huge thank you to Jill and Lou Close for your gift of $12,000. Thank you. And thank you to Rima and Eric Torgerson for your gift of $5,000. Thank you. We appreciate all that you do in the community. And here's how you at home can help. Grab your cell phones or your tablets and make sure you're ready to bid. Remember, you can give at any time by clicking the Make a Donation tab in OneCause. To access the silent auction, click on the link in the text you received before the program started to access the bidding platform. Or you can text Boulder Bash 2020 to 243-725 to receive a link to the silent auction and donation page. If you haven't registered in the system yet, you can do that now. Remember, every donation is making a difference in helping us get closer to our $40,000 goal.
And we also have some really cool silent auction items for you. If you haven't already started bidding, time to do so. Check it out now. Bidding on silent auctions, it's easy. Just click on the silent auction tab on the top left of your screen in OneCause to peruse the items. From here, you can bid or watch items. If someone outbids you, you will receive a text message so you can bid again, and you can also set a max bid to automatically outbid others up to the amount that you've set. The silent auction will close after the program ends. That'll be around 8 p.m. tonight.
Again, here's the number to text for the registration link. And we're off to a really great start. We're getting so much closer to our $40,000 goal. Here's how you can join in on the action. Keep bidding on the silent auction items. Remember, the auction will close at 8 p.m., so there's plenty of time and lots of great items. We're also asking everyone watching to consider supporting our Fund a Need at whatever level is right for you, whether that's $5,000, $500, or $50, it all makes a difference.
It really does. And here's a reminder of what your gift can make possible. You can help the 50 youth on Boulder Options waiting list find mentors. You can help middle school youth pursue physical and social, emotional health goals, as well as academic goals. You can support the alumni program that provides ongoing opportunities for mentor pairs after they graduate to stay engaged and to stay healthy and active. And you can help Boulder Options grow a pilot program helping alumni youth prepare for and find their first job.
That's a great reminder of what Boulder Options is really all about. I'd like to thank Scott and Jill Wine for their gift, Keith Nelson and Bill Steele, who also just made a gift. Thank you so much. Let's keep this momentum going. Corbu, let's tell everyone about some of the cool items in the silent auction.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. You and two of your friends can win an exclusive golf outing with Boulder Options President Daryl Thompson at a premier Twin Cities golf club. Another one-of-a-kind item is the Chef's Dinner for Six with local chef Helen Pang of Roots for the Soul, hosted at Boulder Options. You can work with Helen to create a 4-course menu featuring organic, locally sourced ingredients.
Those are two great items. I'd love to go golfing with Daryl, and I don't even golf. But I'd also like to put an extra plug in for the Chef's Dinner that Helen Pang is giving us. These chef dinners are some of the most sought after items that we sell. This is a great item. Again, huge thank you to Helen Payne for sharing her skills and talents with us tonight. Next, let's hear from the staff at Boulder Options about what difference your support really makes.
So by financially supporting Boulder Options, you're helping us help youth set goals. And these are their goals of their own that they get to set and work towards with their mentors. Setting and working towards goals is a really great way to build self-confidence and a sense of personal power for our youth.
With your support, we are able to help our youth, our families. Basically, we're able to provide them with resources, with food, clothes, or items that our youth need.
Our program focuses on providing new opportunities to our youth, and that is possible through fundraising. So when you think about fundraising, you're not only giving our youth the chance to try new things, but you're also changing lives. And I always say when you get involved with Boulder Options, not only you're changing other people's life, but you're changing your own.
The staff at Boulder Options are so committed to the youth and families, and it really shows. Now, let's look at some of the support we've already received. Ted and Mary Lofness, thank you for your gift. Jesse Overton and Ezel Jones, thank you so much. Dave Jones and Richard and Mary Hurt, John and Lisa McCormick, thank you all so much for your giving. These donors understand how important it is to provide opportunities for youth and to help point them in the right direction. Boulder Options has so many stories of youth who have gone on to be successful in life. One of our favorite stories is Tatiana, who started at Boulder Options 7 years ago when she was just 12. She and her mentor, Emily, stayed involved in each other's lives and even toured colleges together. Tatiana is now in her senior year of college at Bethel on a full scholarship for urban leaders. She's even interned at Boulder Options each of the past 3 summers because she is interested in working in the nonprofit sector after she graduates. Corbu, what other auction items should we highlight tonight?
Well, I can think of a couple. How about the opportunity to golf at Delwood Country Club in Matamidi with Boulder Options board member Bill Gomond? And I should definitely bid on this one. A $1,500 credit towards a closet renovation donated by a Living Spaces specialist who also happens to be a big Boulder Options booster. Thank you, Katie Harms.
Thank you, everyone who is giving and bidding. Don't forget, there's still plenty of time to give after the program ends, and time to put in final bids on silent auction items, which, remember, closes tonight at 8 p.m.
Let's keep it up, folks. Let's see how much we can raise for our youth. Now, I'd like to welcome Boulder Options President Daryl Thompson back to the stage to help us close. Thanks again to everyone who tuned in and donated tonight. Now make sure you mark your calendars for September 30th, 2021. That's the date of next year's gala, and fingers crossed, we're actually able to gather in person by then. Daryl, any final thoughts as we wrap this up?
Can you hold this for me?
Yeah, no problem.
It's fine. Hang in there, it'll be all right. But I do have some final thoughts. I want to thank you from our youth, our families, the staff at Boulder Options, our board members. Peace and love. Thanks everyone who joined us tonight. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible.
Well said, Daryl. Really, and this is heavy. Keep bidding, everyone, and I'm fine. We'll see you all next year. You should probably call someone.
Hey, I can't get too close.